Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. So it's a beautiful fall day out here in western New York. There's not a cloud in the sky. The sun's hard on the horizon. And I thought, what better day to talk about something other than color? Now the first thing you're thinking is, well, what does a green off-world costume have to do with color? Well, that's a really good question. And that's the first thing we're going to talk about right now. Hey guys, thanks for tuning back in. So, kind of apologize, lost the sun, and the lighting was just so haphazard, crazy. I just thought it'd be better to wait till the sun went down and we busted out some artificial light. The artificial light's going to really bring out the hard contrast, probably much more than normal, but you have to keep in mind that most conventions are indoors under very harsh artificial light. So when it comes to being photographed in costume, you got to keep that in mind, and continuity of the colors is one thing that's been a major issue with Stargate costuming. So let's go over some of these different color variations and what these different color terms are and how they've affected us as far as Stargate costuming. So the first question I get asked typically by anyone looking at an off-world costume is, Ryan, what color do I do? Do I do this OD green? Do I do this sage green that's on your site? Or what's this olive that people talk about? Back after the show debuted in the 90s and they got rid of the pilot satin jackets, they went to 100% cotton OD green Ripstop. Now back then, that material was very easy to get a hold of. It was very affordable, and it's very nice to work with and sew. Plus, it breathes nice, and it just made for a really nice costume. This is a 100% cotton OD green Ripstop jacket. We just made this for a customer, and I know you're thinking, well, I thought you didn't make OD green anymore. Typically, we don't. This is for a customer that was not a costumer, and he just wanted a cool jacket because he was a huge fan of the show. He wants to fade it over time and just get that really nice, perfect look in a matter of years. So why can't we do full OD green costumes anymore? Well, the problem started back in about 2008, 2009, if memory serves. And the go-to company at the time was TrueSpec. My current pants that match my jacket were from TrueSpec and purchased around 2005. Fortunately, they still fit. Now, this is what TrueSpec gives us for 100% cotton OD green Ripstop. As you can see, not going to work. Now, yes, you could try to fade these, but we're talking decades. Maybe some RIT dye removal and some really creative washing, you might be able to get these somewhat close. But it's just a lot of work that probably doesn't need to be done. There's no explanation of why the dye lot changed. I'm calling it a pine green. Now, I've had numerous conversations with some TrueSpec reps, and they've even forwarded some of my concerns on up the chain, but no one's really listening. So we tend to shy away from doing the OD green Ripstop jackets unless the customer specifically, that's what he wants, and I go over with them, okay, you're not planning on doing a full costume, and don't change your mind on me. And we get that set in stone, that understanding. Now, if you've got a really nice tailor, or your mom's a fantastic seamstress and can do patterning and whatnot, there's a few guys out there who've made some fantastic jackets out of BDU tops and done some really neat stuff. Really put some time into it. I could provide you with additional fabric that could be made into matching pants. So that is an option, but we are currently not making pants to match the jacket. We're just using off-the-shelf products. So that takes me to another company. Another major company is Proper. Now this is Proper's 100% cotton ripstop olive. So what is olive? Well, olive is a civilian term for basically sage green. Sage green is what the military calls this color. Sage is the mil spec that came from like flight suits and those type of uniforms that are worn by the military. So Proper, for whatever reason, dropped the OD or olive drab, and they just call it olive. We call it sage in the military. So as you can see, sage green is a far cry from TruSpec's OD green, and it's not going to match our OD green material that we get from the jackets. OD green is very difficult to find. I only have a couple vendors that carry it. This is a really nice 100% cotton OD, and it's a fantastic fabric. It's very soft. So at that point we decided to bite the bullet and go a different route. Proper also makes a 65-35 poly cotton blend ripstop, is what you see here. Now, as you can see up against my faded OD green, there is a slight color variation, but they're pretty nice. And with the new materials that are available these days, they're a really nice go-to material. Plus, after you've flown 3,000 miles and pull your cotton ripstop costume out of the suitcase, it doesn't look like you dove on a wrinkle grenade to save everyone. So that said, our go-to is our 65-35 poly cotton ripstop jacket. This is our standard jacket that is currently available on our website. This has all the fine details put into it. We still use an OD green rib knit, OD green cuffs, and it comes with a nice heavy crepe back satin liner, just like the one that was in the OD green jacket. Again, also available in a winter version or whatever color you desire. We can do black, we can do desert, we can do 3-color camouflage. We've done ABU, tiger stripe, we've done multicam. So there's been a lot of customers out there really wanting to explore their options and make some really neat off-world looks that aren't considered actually canon, but had the show continued, it'd been neat to see what they could have done. I myself did a Navy digital costume to show off to Joe Flanagan because I felt the Navy needed to be on Atlantis. So there's your different color variations, from OD green to sage to olive, and to understand what's going on with the costuming community as far as materials. So understanding that Proper's olive or sage, whichever you want to call it, is the go-to material, this will match our jackets nicely. Plus, all you gotta do is buy a BDU top and you've got a second costume. So by swapping out the jacket with a BDU top, you got a nice what we call SGC Garrison to walk around with, relax at the bar or cruise the convention floor, and you're not burning up with a tack vest. So the options are there. Depends how far you want to take it. Costuming is expensive. And like I said in my layaway plan video, which you can check out here, we can work with you. We can work with anyone on a budget. I don't care what your budget is. We can find a way to get you some type of screen accurate, quality costume on a budget. Now typically an off-world costume, you're looking somewhere between $700 and $1,000 to do a really nice off-world costume. And I know you're sitting there going, what? It's expensive, I understand. But we can work with you on whatever budget you have and try to get you the best costume available. Now, if you want to go that route, we've got the layaway payment plans, and you don't have to do it all in one shot. Some people do, some people don't. It's all depends on your budget. But I want to sit down with you. I want to talk with you. I want to understand what your budget is. I want to understand what type of costumer you are. And as I talked in my other videos, we need to figure out, you know, are you a costume junkie? Are you a costume warrior? Or are you just a budget costumer and this is a one-time shot for a Halloween party? I'm not going to want to put you in a $300 Offworld jacket if you're going to a Halloween party and then you're going to hang it in your closet and never wear it again. That just doesn't make sense. Now, if you just got into Stargate costuming, you've got 1,000 questions. I understand that. That's why my 800 number's on the website. Give me a call. We can sit down. Consulting's always free. And we can go over your different concerns, we can go over your budget, and we can go over your idea. You tell me what you got in your head, and I'm going to tell you what we need to do. It's a lot to wrap your brain around, and I understand it. I've been doing this a really long time, and sometimes I forget that people are just getting into this, or they haven't done a whole lot of research, and they don't understand the different terms. More than happy to answer any questions below or send us a message via our website. Maybe we can make you something one of a kind that nobody else has.
As always, sky's the limit. Use your imagination. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. We'll talk to you soon. And please remember Stitch's Loft for your out-of-this-world prop and costume needs.